Italy is considered the birthplace of the Renaissance period in history. It is the place where humans' curiosity in literature, architecture, and the arts blossomed once more. Italy is the place that shaped and created many of the most famous, legendary, and immortal pieces of literature. It became the home of many of history's greatest minds in writing. The Renaissance period encompasses a 300-year period in Western culture and history wherein poets, writers, and artists reconnected their ideas and curiosity in the style and ideals of the classical antiquity. The very reason why we study the history and analyze those great pieces of literature is for us to understand and apply, in the present time, the good, inspiring, and provocative ideas that was lost in the past. For students like myself and of those countless others, we study Italian literature to understand the ideas and rationale behind every piece of writing. But to those outside the academic field, they find studying literature as a waste of time. Italy is one of the few places where an explosion of ideas blossomed and produced many of history's greatest writers and poets all at a single period of time. Many figures in Italian history gave an enormous value and importance to literature, architecture, and arts. They were the ones who paved the way for the notion that literature is the window for our purest expression of emotions. As a result, Italian literature blossomed and rivaled those of in classical antiquity literature. We can gain solitude and lesson to the fact that Italian literature and culture help the consciousness, thinking, and understanding of being human. At the very heart of the different Italian writings, there is the important lesson of the beauty of human emotions and talents. Niccolo Machiavelli is hailed and regarded as one of Italy's greatest political and artistic minds. He was regarded as the father of modern political philosophy. His most notable work, The Prince, encompasses the different things a leader needs to enhance and widen his power and authority. A prince must dispel any form of resistance by having his own army. And to be successful, a prince must read history books, study war, and know his own territory. He must exude the appearance of being good and trustworthy, but also with firmness. He must never be afraid of criticisms. He must also understand that fear is one of the things he can control. A prince must be purposeful, determined, and unwavering. He should learn and engage in arts, commerce, and agriculture. He should satisfy and entertain his people with the spectacles and festivities, and reward those who give honor to his state.
Confucius said that learning without thought is labor loss. Thought without learning is perilous. Taking a moment back in my life and considering some of the things or decisions that didn't really go well in my life, I realized that a little more knowledge or double thinking would have been useful. Those personal experiences, some even more painful than the others, is always a good way to learn a lesson or two in life. But I don't think it's worth the pain, so if given another chance, I would rather learn and think than try and gain experience in a more painful way. My life experiences have shown me that learning and thought are a good combination and that one without the other is usually somewhat less helpful. Learning without thought is an attempt to take in knowledge without using our will to retain the knowledge we gained, either from school or personal life experiences. In my opinion, without our will to retain the knowledge we gained, one won't feel the need to retain the information we acquired. Thought without learning is dangerous because without learning, our thoughts will have no direction. We won't have any control in our thoughts when we are not thinking and learning. Thought on its own is just a circular motion since one can only use the opinions that is already learned. However, if you keep reading and listening and learning, your thinking will become wider and wider in scope. So now as I grow older and get more and more curious on the different things our body can do, especially our mind, I can apply this teaching to my future endeavors. The two questions I try to remember to ask myself before starting anything is, do I know what to do? And do I know how to do it? Since an attempt to learn without thinking is all for nothing, and thinking without knowing is dangerous due to insufficient knowledge or understanding.